Hello, hello. I am James, and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible, and that is only by listening to it. And if you want to support this podcast, read transcripts, and get exclusive access to more episodes, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. As we say in Manchester, get a brew on, and let's get started. Hello, I'm excited to be here recording another episode with you today. And today we're talking about something we all have, but none of us share the same one. Accents. Your accent, or my accent, is the way that we speak, but not necessarily the exact words or phrases that we use, or the way we structure our sentences. More, the sounds that we make. For example, two people with two different accents can pronounce the same word a little differently, but both are correct ways to say it. I was born in England, and I have lived in England all of my life. And so, I have, obviously, an English accent. But accents are more detailed than that. I'm sure that in your country, there are multiple different accents in your native language. For example, the people in the north of your country can sound different from the people in the south. You can probably recognize or tell which region someone is from by listening only to their accent. Usually our accent is a result, a combination of lots of different things, like where we are born, where we live during our lives, our parents, family, and the friends that we make when we are children. And because of this, accents can change with time. They can evolve. For example, I was born in the south of England, but during my lifetime, I moved gradually further north. And so my accent sometimes, depending on who I'm speaking to, can change a little bit. It can vary depending on the context. And when I visit my parents, it can change back. It can revert and sound more like my old accent. In linguistics, this is a type of code switching. It's an automatic or subconscious thing that we do to change or adapt to our environment. It helps us to feel safer and be more likable. Apparently, one study I found from the year 2019 said that the British accent is the most popular, the most likable accent around the world. Because it sounds sophisticated and professional. I think that is quite funny, quite humorous, you could say, because Britain is 4 different countries, and every country, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, sound completely different. And in every one of those countries, there are, again, multiple different accents. And I'm sure it's the same in your country. Also, when we speak a different language that is not our native language, it's common to feel anxious about our accent. We worry that it will be obvious when we are not from the country, or that our accent will make us difficult to understand. And that anxiety is completely normal. But I want to tell you today that your accent is something to be proud of and something to celebrate. Why? Because if you have a foreign or non-native accent, it automatically means that you have achieved something incredible. You have achieved something that the majority of people will never do during their lives. You learned to speak another language. So be proud of your accent, celebrate it. And next time you hear someone else with an accent speaking your native language, remember that they were, one day, in your situation. Anyway, my question for you today is, in your country or in your native language, do you have a favorite accent to listen to? I am super interested to know. So leave a comment or send me a voice message on Spotify. And that's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me which topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, you can read the transcript for this episode and get access to more exclusive content over on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.